The way you explain things makes the future seem like a very lonely place. If we reach a point where we have no needs, we will have no one to talk to. This is a continuation of video number 262, the mother-in-law video. And somebody sent me this statement. Now, no, the future is not a very lonely place, because we will find ourselves, our real self, accept our real self, and focus on expressing our real self. This in turn will automatically attract other people, other souls that have the same interests as we have, the same desires of growth. Of course, once you wake up, everybody wants to grow, but what I mean is the same paths to growth. Because in the universe, souls are very social, just like humans would like to be. But there is a big difference. Humans would like to be the center of attention. The biggest reason is this guarantees our survival. And this need to be the center of attention is what has led us down the lonely path. Because someone is not making us the center of their universe, we do not want them at all, even as friends. I mean, even as a friend, we don't want them. So, we are the only ones to blame for our loneliness. There is something else going on. We are at the verge of a time, an era, where we will become fully realized beings. More soul will come into our body, and we will not be zombie-like we are now, just walking around like like chickens with our heads cut off. But the soul cannot come into the body if we have needs. We're not talking about the need to eat or the need to take a shower. We are talking about the need to be the center of attention. The need for everybody to love us. And the moment, the second they simply look across the street and are not focusing on us, that's it. We don't want them anymore. We need their 24/7 undivided attention. This is what our soul is forcing us to overcome. This need. We are not talking about the need to have friends, simply to be with someone. It is not this simple. We can always, well, in most cases, 99% of cases, we can be with someone and have fun. But we don't, simply because that someone is not doing what we want them to do. In other words, has not made us their God, or has shown us for just one split second that they might not need just us. This is the reason, again, we are walking the lonely path these days. Many people think it's technology that is doing this. Other people think it's money that is doing this. But it isn't. It isn't any of these things. It is the soul saying, listen, if I'm going to come in there. You need to let go of your needs, because I do not have needs, and you are I. We are not two different things. We are one. And I want to fully come in there and express myself in the physical. But you will need to let go of the needs to be loved, to have attention, to be talked about, to be the best. This is another thing. What exactly is the best? And yet we strive to be perfect. What is perfect? This is what the soul does not want. And the souls that do want to come in are forcing us again down the lonely path. The souls that don't care, meaning the vehicle is going to die soon, those people are not necessarily down the lonely path. Now, every rule has an exception. So don't start looking at people right now and saying, oh, this person has friends, she's going to die soon. No. Don't be silly. It's just that some of us either have bigger needs, like I myself did, so we started early, or the soul might want to come in early. Or, let me use a personal case. Case, is that the word? Yes. Let me use a personal example. Because I had great needs as a child, as a teenager, and as an adult, I went through hell because for some reason my soul wanted to assist others. Do not use the word help. Whenever you do something like this, do not use the word help, because no one is a victim. Only victims need help. Now, so maybe you are being lonelier than most people. Maybe you are suffering more. Maybe your needs are greater than most people's. Because if you know how to overcome the biggest needs that exist, you could easily assist someone else to overcome smaller needs later. How did I get to this? I don't know. Let's see. The way you explain things makes the future seem like a very lonely place. It will not be a very lonely place. I can guarantee you this. Actually, most times I take a client to the future to meet his or her future self. Depending on what city I'm in, I will say, walk down this street. What do you see that is different from today? And most of them will say something like, there are many more cafes and they are full of people. And then I say, okay, go into this cafe and sit down somewhere. What are people talking about? And so many clients have said the same thing. They are talking about their experiences and how they overcame difficulties and how they survived the transition. You see, the transition is difficult. And we will have to go through it alone before we come out on the other side, where then we will have, I don't want to say the word friends, we can have friends now too, where we will not be alone. Remember this phrase, always remember this phrase. I'm going to change one word. It is by Oscar Wilde. I'm going to change the first word. He used the word women, I'm going to use the word people. People ruin every relationship by trying to make it last forever. Think of this and think of it carefully. If you are lonely, it is because nothing is ever enough for you. This is why you are lonely. You do not want friends. You want followers. And in most cases, you're also a control freak. You want to control people. And you want to guilt trip them into doing what you want them to do. And if they don't, you leave. And then you say, I'm lonely. There's no love in this world. So, again, I guarantee you the future is not a lonely place. But right now, we are going through something that would feel like the birth canal. Because we are being reborn at this stage of our history, both as individuals first and as a species second. And in the birth canal, you are alone. You have to be. So no, do not think that if you find you and if you stop having needs, you will have no one to talk to. This will never happen. Find you and see the difference. I will leave it at this.